Welcome to the 539 Group E Racial Insight Assignment. We are each going to go through how we identify and one strength and one weakness we bring to social work due to our identity.
My name is Rodrigo Espinosa. I identify myself as a Mexican. One of the strengths that I bring to social work is that I'm able to identify microaggression in social workers that are not culturally competent. One challenge is that clients may not see me as capable of doing or helping them out just because of the way that I look.
My name is Kat Rogers, and I identify as multiracial, specifically as HAPA, which is a term used by people with a part Asian identity. One challenge is that I have is passing for white and not being fully accepted as Asian. I strongly identify with the article Patrolling Racial Borders, where the author writes, multiracial children who appear white are assumed by whites to be an insider and are often subjected to white racist conversation. Multiracial children who speak out in these situations sometimes face the racist compliment, "Oh, we don't think of you as Puerto Rican, you're different, we think of you as white." And I've definitely experienced that in my work. One strength is educating others when they use offensive language that maybe they weren't aware of as offensive, and also helping people embrace pieces of their identities that they may feel they can't claim as their own because they pass for white.
Hi, I'm Anna. I identify as white, and one of the strengths that I bring to the table is being able to navigate a system that was sort of created and implemented by the racial majority that I'm a member of. And a weakness that I bring to the table, or don't, is that I access those systems on behalf of my clients with a lens and kind of a filter and an experience of being white, which is not how they see those same systems. And I and that like they can things like brochures and bathrooms, signs, applications, even just walking into our agency, my experience is very different than their experience, and mine feels normal. So I need to understand the other perspective when you're not a part of it.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I identify as white. One of the strengths that I bring to the table is that with my white privilege, I'm able to be heard and be able to be an advocate and a voice for people that may not be able to as easily. And one of the weaknesses that I experience in social work due to my identity is sometimes having a difficulty being trusted by other races, just because I have not experienced the same things due to my race. And from the Moving Beyond White Guilt reading, one of the things that I relate to is being able to listen to their grievances if they felt like there was some racism, and being able to grow and learn from them.
Hi, I'm Kat O'Brien, and when I read A Different Mirror by Ronald Takaki, I realized that one of the assets I bring to the table is that I get to have a voice without being questioned, and that gives me an opportunity to speak out for other people who may not have a voice or may have to overcome some challenges before they can be heard. And when I read The Personal is Political by Richard Smith, I identified a challenge that he summed up as: white privilege is like an invisible, weightless knapsack of special provisions, maps, passports, code books, visas, clothes, tools, and blank checks. And when I read that phrase, invisible knapsack, I realized that because privilege is a part of my background, I don't always notice it, and that makes it challenging for me to be aware of when I need to put it down, and also microaggressions that I might not even realize I'm engaging in.
My name's Stephanie, and I identify as white. And one asset that I bring to the field of social work as a white person is that I'm in a position to find other white people that share the same goals as me. In Moving Beyond White Guilt, Amy Eddington tells us that our commitment should be measured by how many white people were willing to speak to about racism. And so as a white person, I can have these tough conversations with other white people that maybe aren't willing to recognize that racism is a reality in our society. And one challenge that I bring to the field of social work is identifying my own biases and being willing to recognize and admit to myself that I was socialized by racist family members. And even though that's not a part of my identity, I don't identify as a person that's racist. It's important to be able to identify what my biases are rather than try to stuff them or be afraid of them so that I can face them head on.
I'm Megan, I'm white. One challenge that I face in social work, whether it's micro level social work or community-based social work, is overcoming the mistrust that is well earned in communities of color who have had a lot of promises broken to them by people who look like me and experienced a lot of microaggressions from people who look like me. And really being patient and graceful enough to work through that and earn trust of the community, while also staying aware of microaggressions that are extremely easy to perpetrate on someone. A strength that I bring, which others have mentioned, is that as a white woman, I have the ability to use my voice to speak out on behalf of racial justice. The Moving Beyond White Guilt reading tells us that we have to speak up and seek converts, but also have to let the system of white supremacy and people committed to white supremacy know that they will face white resistance. And that is a way that we can use our privilege for good in this work, especially in community social work.